חדש, שירו לאדוני, כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני, ברכו שמו, בסכו מיום ליום ישועתו, שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, בסכו מיום ליום ישועתו, ספרו והגויים כבודו, לכל העמים נפלאותיו, כי גדול אדוני ומהולל מאוד, נורא הוא על כל אלוהים. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, בסכו מיום ליום ישועתו, ספרו והגויים כבודו, לכל העמים נפלאותיו, כי גדול אדוני ומהולל מאוד, נורא הוא על כל אלוהים. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, בסכו מיום ליום ישועתו, ספרו והגויים כבודו, לכל העמים נפלאותיו, כי גדול אדוני ומהולל מאוד, נורא הוא על כל אלוהים. שירו לאדוני, שירו לאדוני, שירו לאדוני. ספרו והגויים כבודו, לכל העמים נפלאותיו, כי גדול אדוני ומהולל מאוד, נורא הוא על כל אלוהים. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני.
סוף 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 חנוכה הוא חג טוב, חנוכה ומפלגות סביבון סוף סוף סוף. Elaine, play a chord. Any chord. I can't hear you. I don't think it's on very loud at all. Try again. Nope. We better keep going anyway. There we go. Better.
Page 366 if you want to sing along. Dreidel, 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 I made it.
all eat 'em up.
Sevi bon sof sof, sevi bon sof sof, sevi bon sof sof, sevi bon sof sof,
Silly one so so, silly one so so. Maccabee, 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 Mac, 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 Maccabee, 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 Mac, Mac, Mac. Lots of latkes,
lots of latkes, lots of latkes, lots of latkes. Maccabee, 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 Mac, Mac, Mac. Lots of latkes, lots of latkes, lots of latkes, lots. You'll be fine, lots of latkes, lots of latkes, lots of latkes, lots.
let's all eat 'em up.
Thank you, Kol Simcha.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Chag Urim Sameach. You can say that back. Chag
Chag.
Urim
Sameach.
He wasn't following instructions, but right? So you say it. Repeat after me. Chag
Chag.
Urim
Urim.
Sameach.
Sameach.
And it is a happy festival of lights, looking at our lights, being happy that it is Hanukkah, and enjoying together. Once a group of students, upset by the imbalance of justice and far too many unkind acts in the world, decided to drive evil out. Naturally, obviously, they went to their rabbi for advice. The rabbi suggested, take a broom and just sweep the evil away. Well, that didn't work. So he said, take big sticks and chase the darkness into hiding. That didn't work either. So why not shout down the darkness, he said, order evil to leave our lives at once. But the darkness wouldn't listen. Then the rabbi thought for a moment and softly said, when all else fails, my students, the surest way to drive away the darkness is to kindle lights. And with that, the students gathered together and lit a single candle, and the brightness of blessing was all aglow. Tonight, we have the opportunity to bring the brightness even more as we light 3 Hanukkah candles, our shamash, and 2 Shabbat candles. And that is the blessing of this moment. Our hearts are ready to share the joy of Shabbat and Hanukkah. Our spirits are enveloping our community as one, as we bring blessings and make all of us the bearers of light. We're going to light our Hanukkah candles first. Page 279 are all the blessings. And I would like to invite up Mike and Louise Belden and their granddaughter Molly to light our Belden Hanukkah.
Let's join together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehalik ner shel Hanukkah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim lavoteinu v'imotenu bayamim hahem bazman hazeh. And we will continue with a very well-known song about lighting candles. 8 to be exact, even though only 3 tonight. Hanukkah linda sta aquí, 8 candelas para mí. Hanukkah linda sta aquí, 8 candelas para mí. Oh, 1 candelicas, 2 candelicas, 3 candelicas, 4 candelicas, 5 candelicas, 6 candelicas, 7 candelicas, 8 candelas para mí. Muchas fiestas voy fazer con alegrías y placer. Muchas fiestas voy fazer con alegrías y placer. I want to hear everybody. Oh, 1 candelicas, 2 candelicas, 3 candelicas, 4 candelicas, 5 candelicas, 6 candelicas, 7 candelicas, 8 candelas para mí. Los pastelicos voy a comer con almendricas y la miel. Los pastelicos voy a comer con almendricas y la miel. Oh, 1 candelicas, 2 candelicas, 3 candelicas, 4 candelicas, 5 candelicas, 6 candelicas, 7 candelicas, 8 candelas para mí.
Don't worry, there's more where that came from. But now, now we're going to move to Shabbat, right? We get to celebrate Hanukkah and Shabbat. So on page 3, I invite up Jean Friedberg to light our Shabbat candles.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Amen.
Amen.
We continue on page 24, singing Shalom Aleichem, continuing to welcome this Shabbat.
And we're going to begin with a wordless melody called a nigun. It goes like this, ya la 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 la, and I would love for you to sing along. Yai lai 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 lie, 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 lie. Let's try that together. Lie, 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 lie. Shalom Alechem. Shalom Alechem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Barchuni leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seitchem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mimelech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, 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 lai, lai, lai.
We turn back to pages 20 and 21 for Lechado D, welcoming that Sabbath spirit towards us, if you haven't gotten it already, which I know you have. But we're going to sing together verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And when we reach that 9th verse, Boiva Shalom, we will turn around facing the official entrance of our sanctuary, beckoning that Sabbath spirit towards us. Whether you're here in the sanctuary or joining us on live stream, bring that spirit in. Get clapping, get singing.
Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד הוא שמו אחד, לשמו תפארת ולתחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, Shabbat lekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor ha'beracha. Merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshavat tchila. Lecha dodi לקראת כלה, לך אדוני לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. Top of the next page. התעוררי, כי באורך חולמי אורי, אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. Let's try together. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום, עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת
Turn to the people next to you, wish them a Shabbat Shalom, let them know you're glad they're here, and a happy Hanukkah.
Daniel and Daniel. Dos Daniels.
There will be plenty of time to continue wishing everyone a Shabbat Shalom, but we continue on page 26 with Chatzi Kaddish as we remain standing through Shema.
יתקטן ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברכירותי והמליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל. בגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויפאר ויתרומם וינשא, ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמי לקודשה. בריחו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, תמירה בעלמא ואמרו.
Page 28.
Yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai. Barechu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach leolam vaed. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai lai lai. Yai lai lai. Yai lai lai lai. Yai lai lai.
On page 30, we join together. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidbaro ma'ariv aravim, v'chochma poteach she'arim, uvitvuna mishane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umsader et hakochavim, v'mishmerotehem barakira kirtsono, borei yom v'laila, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or, uma'avir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uben laila, Adonai Tzavaot Shemo, El Chai v'Kayam, Tamid Imloch Aleinu Le'olam Va'ed, Baruch Atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. At the top of page 33, we join together. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch Atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. You may be seated. We continue with Ve'ahavta on page 36. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha u'bechol nafshecha u'bechol meodecha ve'hayu hadevarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha ושיננתם לפניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. Ani Adonai Elohechem Emet.
At the bottom of page 39, we read responsively. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth.
The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love.
From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai, we bound ourselves to your way.
Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces.
Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. Mi chamocha, to a Hanukkah song that emphasizes the meaning of the text of God who was there with us at every age. Mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar bakodesh, nora tehilot, o sefele, malchutecha rauvanecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe Miriam, Zelianu ve'ameru Adonai imloch leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael. I invite you to open up your order of service supplement to a song written by Neil Katz that takes Hashkivenu, this petitionary prayer for God to spread a shelter of peace over us, and we take that inward, that these lights are within us, and it is our job during Hanukkah to be the light that spreads over that shelter of peace to everybody. So I invite you, once you get the hang of this song, to sing along, especially in the chorus with me, but each little candle has with it a blessing that we can bestow upon our children or upon each other. Be a light. With the first candle I pray that you may be safe from all of the troubles around you this day. With the second candle I hope that you are secure in what you believe in, that your heart may be pure. With the third candle I pray that you will stay kind to all those around you, each new friend you find. With the fourth candle I wish that you'll find the light and love what you do with all of your might. Be a light, be a light, shine proudly and loudly in the dark of the night. Be a light, shine so bright, burn glorious, victorious with all of your might. Be a light, be a light, be a light. With the fifth candle I want that you should be strong to the best that you can all your life long. With the sixth candle I pray that you will be smart, fill your life with learning, be true to your heart. With the seventh candle I pray that you will be fair and always remember those who live in despair. With the eighth candle I pray that you'll go to sleep, and while you are resting you'll dream a sweet dream. Let's join together, everybody. Be a light, be a light, shine proudly and loudly in the dark of the night. Be a light, shine so bright, burn glorious, victorious with all of your might. Be a light, be a light, be a light. Amen. Page 44, we continue with Vishamru. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, la'asot et HaShabbat ledorotam. Try that with us. Here we go. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, la'asot et HaShabbat ledorotam berit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti leolam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, la'asot et HaShabbat ledorotam berit olam. I can't hear you, everybody. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, la'asot et HaShabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheishet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim vet aretz. לעשות את השבת לדורותם, בריתולה ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם.
We rise for the Amidah, beginning on page 46.
Lai lai, yalla lai 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 lai lai. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu ve'imoteinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibur ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניכם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומיתו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'elach HaKadosh.
You may be seated. Top of page 55. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat. With it being Hanukkah, we have a special insertion into our Amidah, specifically into our Hoda'ah section, our time for Thanksgiving. Makes sense that we throw a little extra something in for Hanukkah. So I want you to turn to page 58 with one hand, and if you need help from somebody around you, you can. And the other hand, turn to page 264, because we're gonna flip back and forth. I know, it's confusing. It would have been nice if they had put them next to each other, but they didn't ask me. So, page 58 for Modim, and then our Hanukkah insertion will be on 264. Do I need to say the numbers again, or are we good? All right, I'm gonna say good. Okay, so join with me on page 58. We're gonna do that first paragraph, and then you see it says, on Hanukkah, continue, on page 264, ta-da! And then we will come back and finish the bottom of page 58. So together. We acknowledge with thanks that you are Adonai, our God, and the God of our ancestors forever. You are the rock of our lives and the shield of our salvation in every generation. Let us thank you and praise you for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your care, for your miracles that we experience every day, and for your wondrous deeds and favors at every time of day, evening, morning, and noon. O good one whose mercies never end, O compassionate one whose kindness never fails, we forever put our hope in you. 264, we're just looking at the English. We thank you for the miracles, for the redemption, for the mighty deeds and saving acts brought about by you, and for the wars which you waged for our ancestors in the days of old at this season. In the days of the Hasmoneans, Mattathias ben Yochanan, the high priest, and his children, when the evil government of Greece rose up against your people Israel to make them forget your Torah and to make them leave the laws of your will, in your great mercy, you rose up with them in their time of trouble and fought in their fight, judged their cause just. You delivered the mighty into the hands of the weak, the many into the hands of the few, the unclean into the hands of the pure, the evil into the hands of the righteous, and the arrogant into the hands of those who engage in your Torah. For you made a great and holy name in your world, and for your people Israel, you brought about the great triumph and redemption on that very day. And when your children came to the Holy of Holies and emptied your temple and purified your holy place and lit candles in your holy courts and established these 8 days of Hanukkah, grateful to acknowledge and to praise your great name. Back to page 58, and we'll join together. For all these things, O sovereign, let your name be forever praised and blessed. O God, our Redeemer and Helper, let all who live affirm you and praise your name in truth. Blessed are you, Adonai, your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. We now take a moment to think of those who are on our order of service, those who are in need of prayers of healing of mind, of body, and of spirit. We take a moment whispering their names out loud. We join together in the words of Misha Berach, page 253.
Misha Berach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Leimoteinu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We continue with our special prayers, those in need of healing. We are thinking about our prayer for peace between Israel and its neighbors, which you can find on your order of service, and I invite you to please rise. Join with me. Rock and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, the dawning of our redemption. Shield it with your compassion and spread over it the succah of your shalom. Compel its leaders to act for the good of all who dwell in your holy land. Grant them sound minds, courageous hearts, and compassionate souls as they navigate the treacherous terrain of conflict and terror, war and destruction. Freer of the captives and binder of their wounds, be with those who remain in captivity and console their families. Give them strength to endure and speedily send them home. May the image of their faces remain in our hearts. Master of compassion, bring security and peace to all those who are vulnerable. Comfort all who are displaced and suffering. Protect the innocent wherever they may be, in Israel, in Gaza, in Lebanon, in Yemen. May we never lose sight of their humanity and the spark of God's presence in us all. Holy One of blessing, may the leaders of the world put their people before power and reach for compromise before conflict. Uproot the hatred, animosity, and distrust of all those who would do harm, and replace them with love and kinship, so that all the peoples who dwell in your holy land find safety and sustenance, quiet and contentment, and an abundance of everlasting peace.
We continue together with Achenu. Achenu, kol Beit Yisrael. Achenu, kol Beit Yisrael. Hanetunim betzara, betzara uvashivya, haomdim ben vayam uvein vayabasha. Hamakom yerachem, yerachem aleichem, v'yotziei mitzara, lirvacha, u'me'afel aleora, u'mishibur ligula, hashta bagala, uvizman akarif, hashta bagala, uvizman akarif. As for our brothers and sisters, the whole house of Israel, who are given over to trouble or captivity, whether they abide on the sea or on the dry land, may the all-present have mercy upon them and bring them forth from trouble to enlargement, from darkness to light, and from subjection to redemption, now speedily and at a near time. Amen.
You may be seated. As we continue with all of these blessings in our heart, as we take a moment for silent prayer.
I invite you to turn in your Sidurim to page 367. This prayer asking all of us to not let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Let it shine through our love and our tears, written by Peter Yarrow of Peter, Paul, and Mary, who we learned just recently entered into hospice. So let's join together, bringing so much light into this darkest time of the year. And may he know that at congregations all around the world, they are singing his melody and his words. Light one candle. Light one candle for the Maccabee children. Give thanks that their light didn't die. Light one candle for the pain they endured when their right to exist was denied. Light one candle for the terrible sacrifice justice and freedom demand. And light one candle for the wisdom to know when the peacemaker's time is at hand. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. Light one candle for the strength that we need to never become our own foe. Light one candle for those who are suffering the pain we learned so long ago. Light one candle to bind us together. Let anger not tear us apart. And light one candle to bind us together with peace as the song in our heart. Let's join together. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. If this is the first time that you are hearing these words, I invite you, now that you've heard the melody twice, to try and sing along. Here we go. What is the memory that's valued so highly that we keep alive in that flame? What's the commitment to those who have died when we cry out they've not died in vain? We have come this far, always believing that justice will somehow prevail. This is the burden, and this is the promise, and this is why we will not fail. Everyone, don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out. Don't let the light go out. Don't let the light go out. Amen.
So during winter break, the clergy had a discussion and said we should highlight some of our congregants, specifically those who are out of state and who might be coming back for winter break to see if they would like to give a Devar Torah. And on this Shabbat, I invite up Bailey Eichelbaum, who is back from Miami, the worst of the Miamis, the Florida one, not the Ohio one where I worked. But she is back, and she is going to give our Devar Torah tonight.
This week's Torah portion, Miketz, continues to detail Joseph's adventures in Egypt. After several interpreters are unable to tell Pharaoh what his two recent dreams mean, Joseph is brought from jail in hopes that he is able to decipher the dreams. He confirms that Egypt will have 7 years of plenty, followed by 7 years of famine. Once the famine hits the land, Jacob sends all but one of his sons to Egypt in search of food. Recognizing his brothers, Joseph accuses the men of being spies and tells them not to return until they have their youngest brother, Benjamin, with them. He seizes Simeon and sends the rest of the brothers home. As the famine worsens, Jacob tries to send his sons back to Egypt, but they remind him that they can only return if Benjamin is with them. Promising his safety, the brothers return to Egypt with Benjamin, where they are also reunited with Simeon. Joseph invites all the brothers to a banquet where, at the end of the night, he instructs a servant to place his wine goblet in Benjamin's bag. The brothers leave to return home, but are quickly stopped by Joseph and his guards, who accuse Benjamin of stealing the goblet. Once it is found in Benjamin's bag, Joseph informs the men that he will be keeping Benjamin as a slave as punishment for his dishonesty. Ironically enough, I stood in this very spot and spoke about this same portion almost 8 years ago as I celebrated becoming a bat mitzvah. Then I spoke about the moral dilemma Joseph encountered when he was met face to face with his brothers who had betrayed him several years earlier. Now that he was in a position of power over them, he had the opportunity to get revenge on his brothers or act out of love. Though it may not seem like it initially, I chose to follow the interpretation that suggests Joseph blackmailed Benjamin because he missed him, and by enslaving him, he would now get to spend more time with him. This seems a little selfish, but ultimately reflects the love Joseph has for his siblings and his willingness to look past their wrongdoings they had committed against him in the past in favor of forgiveness. Clearly, I had some pretty insightful things to say at the age of 13. But I want to dive deeper into how we navigate life's moral dilemmas, particularly in cases where the moral decision isn't always obvious or the easiest one to make. In unpacking this theme, I can't help but wonder, are people innately moral, or is making a moral decision solely dependent on the situation and context? How can we make moral decisions in life's complex situations? I recently finished my 5th semester at the University of Miami. The real one in Florida, not the fake Ohio one. Where I am majoring in elementary and special education. My experience thus far has been amazing. I've had the pleasure of learning from incredible professors who are simultaneously leaders in the field of education, and I've had the opportunity to actually work in several Miami-Dade schools since my 2nd semester. Through these experiences, I have learned a lot about the education world, and unfortunately, it's not all good. Racism, classism, sexism, and ableism are prevalent issues across our nation's educational system. On top of this, gun violence, book bans, and religious ideologies being incorporated into curriculum have been at the forefront of our conversations in recent years. Whenever I'm asked about what led me towards education, my answer is simple. I love kids, and I believe that every one of them deserves an equitable opportunity to education in order to create the next generation of leaders. But the harsh reality is that today's system is not equal, and we are far from the day where it will be. With this in mind, I struggle every day in thinking about how I will navigate the complex world of education with all of its politicalization and challenges while managing to stick to my morals and do right by my future students. It's truly heartbreaking to think about how policies and practices beyond my control can stand in between me and the equal opportunities I am desperately trying to work towards. What I can do, however, is remember the significant impact I can have in my individual students' educational experiences and create an environment where every student feels welcomed, valued, and important. Doing this may not always mean making the easiest decision and could potentially involve going against the norm or standard. But the passion that I hold encourages me to teach and lead in ways that align with my morals and best reflect the love I will have for all of my students. Ultimately, there's no correct option in many of the complex moral dilemmas we face in life, and all of us will have different opinions of what that correct response would even be. Just as not everyone sees Joseph's decision to blackmail his brother as one reflective of his love, people might not always agree with the morals and beliefs that guide each other's decision-making. However, we all wake up each morning with the opportunity to do what we think is right and act in ways that best reflect the individual morals we hold. In a world filled with so many areas of need to devote our time, energy, and advocacy to, we should all reflect on the causes we hold close to our hearts. Whether it be educational equity or any other endeavor you feel passionate about, I encourage you to make decisions and act in ways that best reflect your morals and love. Obstacles beyond our control will inevitably make this difficult, but it is our responsibility to combat these moral dilemmas with love and morality, because just as Dr. Seuss once said, unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. Shabbat Shalom and Happy Hanukkah.
I read her Devar Torah, so I knew she was going to do the dig at me, so I got it first. That was the deal right there. Page 283, Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא שם חלקנו לייחד את שמו, וגורלנו להמליך מלכותו. אין עוד, 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 ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. אין עוד, 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 אין עוד.
You may be seated. We turn to our memorial meditation on page 289, a meditation by Rabbi Chaim Stern. The light of life is a finite flame. Like the Shabbat candles, life is kindled, it burns, it glows. It is radiant with warmth and beauty, but soon it fades, its substance is consumed, and it is no more. In light we see, in light we are seen. The flames dance and our lives are full, but as night follows day, the candle of our life burns down and gutters. There is an end to the flames. We see no more and are no more seen, yet we do not despair, for we are more than a memory slowly fading into the darkness. With our lives we give life. Something of us can never die. we move in the eternal cycle of darkness and death, of light and life. Our thoughts turn now to those in our community and extended community as we mark their yard sites. Sarah Adelman, Pomposa Arriaga, Shirley Barish, Howard Lane Bergman, Sarah Bernstein, Lillian Bluestein, Paul Breslow, Bernice Cantile, David Carlin, Lester Cohen, Dottie Cohen, Pat Sheck Cohn, Catherine Kroom, Arthur Downey, Bertha Drieben, Dan Stern Drieben Sr., Matilde Forchheimer, Rabbi Ephraim Frisch, Violet Gershowitz, Norma Greenberg, Phyllis Guller, Annie Hampton, Beatrice Harris, Minette Herman, Mark Herzberg, Shirley Hoffman, Dr. Nathan Horowitz, Helen Jackson, Jake Karotkin, Harold Keller, Ruth Kern, Mark Charles Krantz, Samuel Lauber, Saul N. Nee, Francis Levy, Edgar May, Louis Meyerowitz, Perry Mexick, Shirley Ruth Meyerson, Louis Miller, Jean Muir, Ruth Pastor, Sadie Stutman Portnoy, Johnny Paul Price, Hetty Reisberg, Pauline Rosenblum, Dorothy Rosenthal, Sandra Lotman Rosenthal, Donald Roth, Sarah Lee Sack, Joan Sater, Leo Shafir, Gary Sharlock, Shepard Sharlock, Sylvia G. Sharlock, Robert L. Schmid, Marvin Seelig, Helen Sigelo, Isabel Silverman, Melanie Dobb Singer, Mary Sivan, Irene Scora, Ella Goldman Solomon, Kalma M. Strauss, Sylvia Sugarman, Cheryl Lebo Solser, Reba R. Viner, Henrietta Werbner, Fanny Wolf, Dr. Hugh Wolf, Amelia Wolfson, Barbara Hammer Wood, Daniel Wright, Amy Wolf, and Sandra Wolf. To these names, we add the names of those who've been laid to their eternal rest this past month, whose family and friends are in a mourning period of Shloshim. We remember Felice Naomi Wolf and Iris Simon Rubin. To all of these names, we add those which are in our hearts each and every day as we turn to Kaddish Yatom on page 294, rising together as one community. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach gerutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon u'vyomechon u'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'mei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei dekudesha brichu, le'ela mikol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, damiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, u'ya'aseh shalom, Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, to all the world, to which we say, amen. You may be seated. It is my honor to call forward Mark Eichelbaum, President of our Board of Trustees, to festively deliver tonight's announcements.
No. Happy Hanukkah Shabbatika. It's finally here. I've been talking about it for a month, and I'm so excited that it's here. And I'm glad that you're with us tonight here in the Wolf Sanctuary or joining us via live stream. I have to start off with a little bit of a story, right? Explaining the sweater. Last week I said that we had ordered one and it was going to come on time. And it did. Except instead of wishing you a happy festival of lights, it only wished you a happy festival without the T of lights. This is why I don't shop online. Festival. So my wonderful, amazing wife, Jen, pulled out her do-it-yourself creative arts and created this masterpiece. and
I want one.
so happy Hanukkah, Shabbat. Jen, thanks for always making me look good. Thank you, Sisterhood, for sponsoring our pre-Shabbat Oneg. Thank you, Louise and Mike Belden and Molly for lighting our menorah this evening. Thank you, Jean, for lighting our Shabbat candles this evening. And thank you, Robin, Betty, Breger, and Austin for welcoming us this evening as our greeters. And a special thank you to Bailey for delivering an incredible, inspiring Devar Torah. Probably a little biased, but great job. And see, you do have something in common with your mother. You make me look good. And last but certainly not least, thank you, Kol Simcha, for your incredible, amazing music. And here are some upcoming events at Temple and things to know. Make sure you save the weekend of January 10th through 12th when we will welcome Yuri Feinberg for an engaging weekend of Israeli education. And join us January 17th through 20th for a meaningful weekend of events honoring Dr. Martin Luther King and his vision of justice, equality, and unity. More information and registration links for these and so many other exciting things can be found on our website or in the weekly announcements which arrive in your inbox around 4 p.m. every Thursday. We look forward to your participation in these community building opportunities. Happy Hanukkah Shabbat.
Or if you're joining before our closing song, Cantor's obviously hungry. He'd like me to talk about dinner first before our closing song. Our dinner is going to be in Barshop Auditorium. If you pre-registered, if you didn't and you would like to join us, please let one of our staff members know.
Wonderful. I'll see you in there. We invite everybody to please rise for this closing song because Hanukkah is a freilich time, a time of happiness. So we know you know these words, oh Hanukkah, oh Hanukkah. Trust me, close your Sidurim. Let's go ahead and sing together. I echo our president in saying thank you so much, Kol Simcha, for leading us in song. Oh Hanukkah, let's join together.
It's on 365 if you do need the words.
Here we go. Oh Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Sevivon to play with and latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. Oh Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Sevivon to play with and latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. Chagorim Sameach!
Shabbat Shalom!
Shabbat Shalom!
We're supposed to do it some more. Oh Hanukkah, come have a party.